Hello everyone, good morning. We, the students of GVM's Dr. Dada Vaidya College of Education, are presenting before you the topic on conservation of wetlands. Wetlands are one of the crucial natural resources. In Konkani, wetlands are called as Jalambhui. Wetlands are the areas of land that are either temporary or permanently covered by water. This means wetlands are neither aquatic nor terrestrial. The important wetlands of Goa are Karamboli Lake, Shoram Island, Salaulim Reservoir, but apart from this, there are also other wetlands in Goa as well as in India. So the major functions of the wetlands: water purification, flood control or protection, storm damage prevention, shoreline stabilization, pollution filtration, food chain support, protection of fisheries or shellfish, wildlife habitat and biodiversity, recreation and education. Wetlands are extremely rich in biodiversity, such as birds like herons, swans, ducks, and geese use this wetland during their majority of lifetime. So these are the common birds which are found in wetlands. There are main four types of wetlands, namely swamps, marshes, bogs and fens. So let us learn one by one. A swamp is a wetland on an area of land permanently saturated or filled with water, and they are dominated by woody plants and trees. These are two main types of swamps. Fresh swamps, commonly found in inlands. Inland wetlands are lakes, streams, and waterlogged. Saltwater swamps are found along with the coastal areas. So let us learn about the second types of wetland. Marshes. Marshes wetland have very few trees, but it is a home to grasses and herbaceous plants. The third one is bog wetlands. Bog is a fresh wetland of a soft, spongy ground consisting mainly of partially decayed plants, matter called as peat. A ground of evergreen trees and shrubs and floor covered by thick carpet of moss, and also characterized by poor soil and high peat content. The fourth one is fens wetland. Fens are groundwater fed, peat forming wetland covered by grasses. These wetlands that rely on groundwater input and require thousands of years to develop and cannot be easily restored once they are destroyed. Fens are the hotspot of biodiversity. They are the home to rare plants, insects and small mammals. So let us learn about the threats to the wetlands. Drainage ditches or canal built for agriculture, then agriculture runoff with pesticides, deposit fields for development, livestock grazing, groundwater withdrawal. So these are the main threats to the wetlands.
Benefits of wetland. Wildlife nursery. They provide shelter to many animal, bird, insect and other species. Wetlands are nurturing habits for many species. There might be different species such as fish, birds, etc. There is an entire food chain which supported by each other. For example, there are insects which are eaten by frogs, and frogs will be eaten by snakes, and snakes will be eaten by eventually bird. Also, there are some migrant birds like aquatic species such as catfish. Flood control. Wetland consists of a green cover of plants, especially grass, which helps in soaking the excessive rise of water. They perform a task of showing down the water overflow from a river or a rivulet and distributing it within itself so that the water does not flow in a concentrated form. Pollution filter. They work as the kidneys of nature. They filter harmful nitrogen and phosphorus and other heavy metals. Healthy wetlands provide clean and pure drinking water. Storm buffer. Wetland functions as the barrier to storms. Storms consist of high winds and they bring rise in the water level, threatening the nearby human and as well as animal habits. But wetland stands guard as barriers to storm and control it. Wind buffer. Almost 100% with just 500 meters of mangrove forest. In the coastal areas, winds can cause a lot of damage for the people. Trees named as mangroves are spreadly winds from entering human habits. Fertile farmland. Wetlands provide fertile farming lands. Basically, in India, rainy season is considered to be the farming season, but wetlands provide farming reason. And fertile land post rainy season, and farmers can grow many different types of crops such as barley, rice, etc. Recreation and tourism. Wetlands such as mangroves today have been protected, conserved, and have been developed public recreational spots. This provides people among with an opportunity to understand the value of nature, and also they provided with a good atmosphere of nature. Example of recreation and tourism are mangroves and bird nest, which is there in Panjim. Carbon sink. The salts found in wetlands can store carbon of hundreds of years ago. So thus they play an important role in fighting climate change. Job hub. Wetland can be a very good source of employment. The basic rise of wetland can be in the form of agriculture. Even today, hardly much of the wetlands can be in the form and they can be used for further land. If this natural resources is properly utilized, then there will be many employment opportunities. Example of job hub are commercial fishing, farming, and also it provides employment for people.
Protection laws and government initiative. As we all know that government implements law to protect our environment. Environmental law is a collective term encompassing aspect of the law that provides protection to the environment. Also, environmental law is necessary to combat issues related to the environment and conservation of natural resources. So here are some of the environmental conservation acts implemented by the government of India. Some wetlands have been protected after the formulation of the Wildlife Protection Act. The others are in grave danger of extinction. Policy and Policy Statement on Environment and Development Act 1992. So these were some of the key legislative measures which are implemented by the government of India. Now we will see the involvement of locals in conservation of wetland. Here the question comes, why the local people involved in the conservation of wetland? The reason is local and indigenous people involvement in the management of wetlands is beneficial for the three principal reasons. The first is, without it the long-term sustainability of many wetland ecosystems would be in jeopardy. The second reason is that the local and indigenous people benefit from the sustainable use of wetland resources for livelihood, recreation, socio-cultural or spiritual reasons. And the third reason is access to the natural resources within the wetland is essential for local livelihood, security and cultural heritage. So these are the reasons why local people are involved in the conservation of wetland.